Hello everyone, it's Kari from sunshineinmypocket.com, and today I'm going to be making a gift set with this Layering Pansies stamp set from Maker Forte. You can see that these stamps are color coded, so it shows you which ones go together when you're stamping, and then on the inside there is a layering stamping guide showing you all the ones that fit together as well, and some color choices that you can do if you would like. So I thought that was really great, and I definitely love this set. It's probably one of my favorite pansy sets that I've ever seen, truthfully. So I'm going to stamp these out for you so you can take a look and see. I'm choosing various colors from just what I have in my stash, and I'm layering them with some oxides as well so you can see how they look all together. But look at these, they have some very great detail stamps and they're really easy to line up. So I love that as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I have some Nina Solar White cardstock here. This is the 80-pound cardstock. Worked really well with this layering stamp set. I'm going to go ahead and use my Misty for stamping just in case I need to get a couple of layers. And I'm trying to choose a perfect purple for pansies. So I'm going through my ink swatches here. I think this one is going to work really great. I'm going to use a couple of these for this pansy. I'm going to start with the Sugar Plum. This is from Maker Forte as well. Some of my favorite inks, by the way. And so I'll start with that Sugar Plum. I'm going to stamp it a couple of times to make sure I get a really nice impression. We're already starting off with a really beautiful pansy. Now I'm going to put on the second stamp layer here. You can see that it's pretty easy to line up. I wanted to make sure I got it in the right place for you so you could see. And now I'm going to use a lighter purple. This is the Grape color. Purple pansies are probably one of my favorites, and white and yellow. I just really like pansies. My grandmother really loved pansies. She taught my dad to love pansies. So every year we would plant them in our front yard, and I just loved it. In fact, when my father passed away, we planted him a memorial garden over at the Queen Creek Botanical Gardens. We have a memorial garden there for my dad, and it's a pansy garden and it's beautiful. So there I stamped on some Icy Mist, and it just turned a little bit darker purple. So I'm going to try an oxide on top of this in some of this light blue shade. I think this is Speckled Egg, if I remember correctly. And look how vibrant and beautiful that stamped on the top. So I'm going to use some oxides for the top layers, and it works well when you layer them up. So I'm using the scattered straw here for the center on this one. It creates a nice light, soft yellow center. I think it would be so pretty to heat emboss the center of these as well. So look at that. There's our first pansy. It is perfect. So cute. So let's go ahead and start on the second pansy. I'm going to stamp each one of these out for you so you can see what they look like, and then I'll turn them all into cards at the end. I'm going to just make a simple card set, and you'll see how great these all work together as a set. So for this one, I'm using that large solid stamp. I'm just going to wipe it off here a little bit to get a better impression. And if I was thinking, I would have got out my stamp conditioner spray, but I didn't think of it at the time. It still worked just fine. I started with this beautiful fog ink from Maker Forte. It's a light gray. I stamped it a couple times, and this created a really great backdrop for this pansy. In fact, I think I really like this one. I'm going to try to make some white pansies later on. Now I'm going to go in with some pinks. I've chosen Tiptree Jam for this pansy, and I'm also going to use it for this next layer as well. So see there, I just lined that up. You can do a different color if you want on this one, but I thought a all pink pansy would be really beautiful. So look at that, and you have that fog underneath to kind of give it some of an outline. It's really beautiful. For the next layer, I'm going in with some Coronation Purple. This is probably my favorite layer. Look how cute that is. It really looks like a pansy. It's starting to shape up. So I usually do a couple of layers. This time I went in with a third layer, make it nice and dark. And now I'm going to go in with some scattered straw in the center to make that beautiful center. Now, as I say, I think if you emboss that center, it would be really, really pretty. I didn't do that at all in this video, but you have options. I think these pansies would lend themselves well to all kinds of colors, all kinds of embossing powder layers. You have a lot of different tricks you could do for this one. For this next one, I started off with the Coronation Purple, which is a really dark, beautiful purple. And now I'm going over it with some Distress Oxides in Milled Lavender. This is a soft purple color, and it kind of looks transparent when you put it over that Coronation Purple. It's really pretty. It's like they are just these soft, beautiful petals. And then I'm going to go in with some Squeezed Lemonade. This could also be one of those Johnny Jump Up flowers. You know those flowers I'm talking about? They're really, really tiny. So it could be either a pansy or a Johnny Jump Up. But this might have been my favorite result. It almost looks like you pressed a pansy, and it's so soft and delicate, like a pressed flower. So there's the center. It also has a top portion, which I put the speckled egg on top of as well. So pretty and delicate. And then for this last layer, I'm going in with some darker purple. I decided though that that wasn't dark enough, so instead it kind of got lost with the background. So I'm going in with some black. So I'm going to use the Eclipse black ink, which is a nice dark solid ink, and that will make this inside center darker even. It's so beautiful. Okay, look at that pansy. Isn't it pretty? So many things you could do. I can't wait to try mixing up these colors. Now this one I started out with the Frappe ink from Maker Forte. I don't think it's my favorite for a pansy color, but I was trying to go for tan, like a tan pansy. I think if I redid this one, I might use some fog ink instead. But then I went over it with yellow, and the yellow was kind of getting lost again. This is the Squeezed Lemonade color. So I stamped it a few times, and then I thought, you know what, it needs to just be a little bit darker. So instead of going back over with the Squeezed Lemonade, I pulled in some fossilized amber instead, and there we got a better color, and there's a little bit more of a difference in that. So there we go, there's that layer. Now I'll go in with the next layer, and this is the Villainous Potion Oxide ink. And I just love how this looks on top of it. And this one is one that I ended up using throughout the rest. I wanted to pull this set of pansies together, so I started using more purple, and we're going to use this purple for all the sentiments as well. So look at how cute that is. I ended up putting quite a few layers over the top to get it a little bit darker, and you can always layer up as much as you want. This is a really fun set to mix and match with. Here I used some of the Ripe Persimmon Oxide ink on the center, and look how happy that one is. Here is a look at our panels so far. These pansies have me so happy. You can see that I love the purple. I think I use purple in every single one. So I want to try some other colors as well. I'd love to see what you do also. So if you get this set and you're testing out some pansies, please tag me so I can see them. I'm using one of the layers from the stamp set as kind of a background, and I use the fog ink for this. This creates a really soft, beautiful background, super easy to do. You could also build up pansies and make a completely filled pansy background, but I just wanted something really soft so that I could show off these beautiful sentiments. This is from that Floating on Dreams stamp set. And if I moved it up a little, I could use it as a stem for these pansies. These are meant to be used as sentiments, and they can also be butterfly trails, but they can be flower stems. I think I'm going to try that next. If I moved that pansy up, it would have worked, but it was too far down. So instead, I'm just stamping them on as sentiments. And there's that first one, just like that. I'm going to choose some different sentiments for the rest of them. For this next one, I'm going to use this stencil here. I thought a light stenciling would be super easy and beautiful. I'm just going to tape this down so that it stays put while I ink on some ink. And for this purple pansy, this was the first one that we did, I'm going to use some light purple ink for it. This is the blueberry cheesecake, and I'm just putting a really light layer on there. I realize in a video you can't see it as well as in person, so I should have done it a little bit darker so you could tell, but in person it looks really great. That pansy just pops right off of the background, and the purple in the background is really subtle and beautiful. So that is for our second one. I chose a different sentiment for this one, but I'm stamping all the sentiments in that Villainous potion, so it brings all of these cards together. For this one, you can see it says dream. Now for this one that looks like the pressed pansy to me, I'm going to use another portion of one of the layers and stamp that on in Scattered Straw Distress Oxides. I do stamp it off when I remember. You'll see that I miss one here, but I wanted it to be a really light background. I think these kind of look like abstract butterflies, so I thought it would be really pretty on the background of this one. And purple and yellow are complementary colors, so it goes really well together. So stamping it off on my maker's mat here before I stamp it onto the paper, and I think it looks really subtle and really fun. There's the one I forgot to stamp off. Oh well, right? For the sentiment on this one, again, I'm using that same Villainous potion, and I chose a different sentiment yet again, so all of them are going to be different. This one says imagine. For the last one, I'm also going to be using a stencil so I used on 2 panels a stencil and on 2 panels some of the stamps from the background, or from the Layering Pansy set, I should say. And this one, again, I'm using that really light purple on the background. I am very lightly inking that on, so it just becomes kind of a whisper in the back. It's hard to see on the video. In real life, it does look pretty awesome. I think. I love a light stenciled background though. It's one of my favorites. I'll have all these supplies linked below in case you wanted to check them out. This one is a really pretty one. Nice and geometric. For the last sentiment, I'm using the one that says remember. I love that there's a remember sentiment in there. This is just making me think of my dad. Now, I gave this pansy set, I'll show you how I finish these off. I gave this pansy set to my mom. She loved it. I gave it to her for Mother's Day, so she's already seen it, so I can now publish this video. I am going to cut down a little bit off each side so that I can use a really dark purple cardstock on the back. This cardstock is also from Maker Forte, and it looks perfect with these pansies. So there we go. I've just layered all of them up with a nice matte layer of pansies. Here's a look at all of our cards. Really fun set to play with. And these were so easy to make. Now I'm going to use some of those really beautiful metallic envelopes, and I'm going to wrap this up as a little gift. I put it together with some chocolate wafer cookies for her. You know, the rolled wafer cookies? They're so delicious. I got them from Trader Joe's, and she loved it. She always wants handmade cards from me. In fact, she's requested birthday cards. She wants more birthday cards. So I guess I need to work on that next. I hope you love it, Mom. I know she did. I'm just reporting now because I've already given this to her. She adored it. So there is our gift set of pansy cards, and here's a look at all of them. I hope you enjoyed this video today and this Layering Pansy stamp set. A quick look at how they all turn out. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be back real soon with more card making inspiration. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.